There are two things to know about Louisiana sales and use tax. The first is if you're audited, and the second is if you have a debt. If you're audited for sales and/or use tax in Louisiana, they're going to attempt to get you to agree to what's known as a sampling months audit. What a sampling months audit is they pick 2 or 3 months in 4 years, they calculate what your sales tax should have been, then they look at what you actually paid, take the percent difference and multiply it by all 4 years. The theory being you're off by about the same amount in every month. Now, my experience has been that that's almost never true and that they almost always do things so that they can get higher balances. For example, they always audit crawfish sellers in May and they always audit retail stores in the mall in December. So if you are presented with a form asking if you'd like to agree to a sampling audit, generally the answer should always be no. Second, a lot of Louisiana businesses don't understand what use tax is. What use tax is getting taxed on the use of a good in Louisiana because you didn't pay sales tax on it somewhere else. So for example, let's say you bought something in Florida that you use in your business. We don't pay sales tax in Florida. So you bring it back to Louisiana or you buy it online. You owe use tax the second you use it in Louisiana if you didn't pay sales tax on it at the beginning. At the end of sales tax audits for compliant businesses, generally they can have astronomical use tax balances simply because they didn't know it exists. So it's important to have representation to handle the use tax portion of those audits, as they can often approach the 6 figures. Second, when a Louisiana business has a sales tax debt, there is a huge difference between those businesses who collected the sales tax and those businesses who the government found should have been collecting sales tax but did not. The law treats those things extremely differently. So if you have a Louisiana business that owes a sales tax debt, it really is every single case is different. If you collected the tax but didn't remit it, and there's a ground to argue that you shouldn't have collected the tax, then you can potentially escape it. Similarly, if you didn't collect the tax ever, you'll get hit with a massive audit assessment because they'll say you should have been collecting the tax the whole time and didn't, but you didn't actually get the money. So you shouldn't pay interest on it, you shouldn't pay penalties on it, and we can generally settle those cases for pennies on the dollar. So sales and use tax in Louisiana is extremely confusing and difficult, mainly because 1, during audits, use tax rears its ugly head, and 2, during collections, whether or not you actually collected the sales tax rears its ugly head. In either case, an attorney barred in Louisiana who can go to the Louisiana Board of Tax Appeals is fairly essential for any case over $100,000 in balance.